I underestimated this whole project, and I failed at Project 30. Well, kind of.
Okay. Mic check. Yeah, so I definitely overestimated how much work was going to go into this Project 30 challenge. And per usual, when I hit a roadblock in the long form content as far as focusing on my YouTube channel, I resorted back to what was easy. And I find that making shorts or short form content was easier for me to do. I got more excited about making short form content. This isn't even plugged into my camera. I'm using a lavalier mic, but I was focusing more on my short form content because that's where I found the most results. And yes, I got caught up in the numbers, to be honest, and it was something that I anticipated was going to happen, but as naive as I was going to be, I ended up just going with it anyway. So here are a few things I learned from my Project 30 challenge. Being realistic. I think that was probably one of the biggest hurdles I knew it was going to happen. I just wasn't more aware of how intensive this was going to be, especially on my creative juices, because yes, I was having similar ideas of videos I wanted to make, but I found that making short form videos versus a long form video on the same topic takes a bit more nuance, a bit more just sitting here talking to the camera. Now, for me, that wasn't going to work because I know a lot of people, they do a lot of this. It's just a talking head video and it's great for the channel, sharing information, but that's not really my style. I like to mix things up, change perspectives, and after a while, it kind of weighs on you. You do that for one video, and then you're trying to do that for two. For me, I was trying to do it for 2 videos in one day, and that's like, dude, I just overcooked myself. And that's one of my hindrances as a creator, is like, I get really ambitious. I get really excited about filming and making content, but I don't have a team, so it's just me doing all these things. So after moving a camera, running around, thinking of what I want to say, it just like, the brain just gets fizzled. But it's all part of the learning process, finding my gauge of how much work can I do. And maybe posting a reel every day is possible, maybe making YouTube videos every day. That's a bit more stretch. So I'm thinking about how can I adjust my schedule, my posting schedule here on YouTube, and in a way to make sure I'm making content that I'm happy about and that the audience, y'all, will enjoy as well. So that was one of my biggest come to life moments where it just smacked me in the face. Like, yeah, after the first week, it was cool. I was on track, and then
it was at this moment he knew.
I got burnt out. I wasn't taking my own advice, obviously. Oh man. My second realization would be focus on one platform at a time. Now with Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts, you could probably get away with posting the same video because they're all short form content. But when it comes to a long form video and a short form video, they're 2 different animals, so to speak. With a long form video, it takes more thought. The words you use or the way you explain things, you have a bit more time. Versus a short term video, you're just trying to get as much information in a 60-second whatever time frame it is, and that's just not enough. And when you take that short form mentality to long form, it's hard. It takes a lot of nuance, it takes a lot of effort into making a long form video, especially if you have a style that takes a bit more finesse, that you like to add a bit more flair to your videos. All of that is going to weigh on your creative energy, and it'll make it difficult to spread yourself thin, and eventually this word's going to keep coming up, creative burnout. And that's what I did to myself, at least from the YouTube perspective, because I found that I am way more comfortable doing short form videos because that is kind of like my niche, or like, I wouldn't say my niche. I would say that is more my style. I can finesse things a little bit better, and I feel like I have my short form voice already developed. Now, the struggle is now that I have my short form voice, but I really didn't know what my long form voice is. That made it difficult, because the whole reason why I started the Project 30 challenge was to focus on YouTube. And when it got hard, I resorted back to what was comfortable, and I just stuck with the short form videos. And I neglected this channel, or neglected my channel, and now I didn't reach my goal of having 100 posts at the end of 2023. But you know, that is a bittersweet realization, but at the same time, I don't want to neglect the achievement that I got when I did post consecutively on Instagram for 30 days straight, which is insane. But
so now I just need to be happy that I'm able to post 30 days straight. And I just have to figure out and apply that I need to focus on one thing at a time. As hard as that is for me to do, to focus on one thing at a time, it'll help me, and probably would help anyone else who is trying to pursue a creative endeavor, is just to focus on one task at a time, because then that helps with fighting discouragement, that helps with drawing closer to your goal and feel like it's sustainable. Because if we try to do everything all at the same time, we know at least one person that will work for. Because if it didn't work for that one person, we wouldn't even think of doing it ourselves. But we have to be realistic with ourselves. I have to be realistic with myself that sometimes I can do multiple things at once, but other times it's better for me to focus on one thing at a time so that I can grow more efficiently, not necessarily growing fast. Because if I can't do one thing right, then the aspect of having multiple skills doesn't really benefit. Wait a second. That's an idea for another video. But that is something to think about for me as a creator, is just to focus on one platform at a time and develop my ideas out more efficiently, and then just go from there. And in the end, it was all fun and it was all great. I loved every second of it. This whole Project 30 challenge, it's just a little bittersweet because I didn't reach the goal that I was focusing on, but now I know what I want to focus on, and that's here on YouTube. I want to flesh out more thought out projects, be able to showcase ideas that I have and share it here on this platform. So as though as I love short form content, I feel like I can't really express my voice fully there. So YouTube is where it's going to be at, and that's what I'm working on here in 2024, is making the best projects that I can and having fun while I'm doing it. So I appreciate y'all sticking in, following along. And if you're new here, my name is Benji. I go by Groovy Foo. Welcome to Groovy Foo Studios, and looking forward to more shenanigans here on the channel. So I'll catch y'all later. Peace.